This podcast was recorded on Gadigal land.
We would like to acknowledge the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of this land, and pay our respects to the elders both past and present.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Welcome to High Stakes.
The podcast about the famous feuds, frenemies, and falling outs you've forgotten about. I'm Maddie Bogish.
And I'm Laura Marcia, and we are two Sydney-based journalists obsessed with all things celeb gossip.
Before we get into the beef, Laura, how's your week been? It's
been really good. It's been a busy week for me personally. It's been a short week. So this morning I made Korean drug eggs, and it's a recipe I found on TikTok. But essentially they're just like a soft-boiled egg that you marinate in soy and...
Wait, drug eggs or drunk?
Drug eggs.
Drug?
Yeah, that translates to drug eggs because they're so addictive. They're really yummy. They're so good. Because one of my favourite breakfasts is egg and rice.
Right. Eggy brekkie.
Eggy brekkie. I'm a savoury breakfast girl.
Yes. Yeah, we have spoken about your love, your penchant for savoury foods.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about... I like eggs for breakfast too. I'm more of a poached girl. But how about when the egg starts to get a bit eggy?
Oh, okay. No, I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes, you know when you're eating an egg and eventually you've had maybe a couple or you've been eating them all week and you take a bite and you're like, the texture, the flavour... Eggy. It is a bit that. The same thing with yogurt.
Oh, yogurt. Ugh, gets gluggy.
I really struggle with yogurt actually. It's like a texture thing. And I will eat it. I'm like the least picky eater in the world.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I think too much about the texture of egg or yogurt.
Maybe it's like you have the powder. I am very textural as well. When I was a kid, I wouldn't eat bananas.
Oh.
I still don't really like bananas.
Do you like the flavour or do you just not like the texture?
I think the flavour's fine. I also find fruit to be really sweet. As someone who loves artificial sweeteners, it's weird for me to say that sometimes when I have fruit that's too ripe, I'll be like, that is too sweet.
Oh, I don't love ripe fruit, ripe bananas.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Okay, good.
But, sorry, I got distracted. But what we were saying about the eggs is I was really efficient this morning and I made these amazing marinated eggs and I'm really excited for all week to have my little eggies. And let's both pray that it doesn't get too eggy.
Yeah, okay. Praying for you, praying for you.
How about you? How are you feeling? How's your week? Sorry, I nearly pulled a mad dog and didn't ask you.
Excuse me, I always ask you. We just
did.
have to bleep it out because Laura says things she's not allowed to say.
Yeah, it happened one time.
Oh my God.
Twice, actually.
It's happened twice.
We're a new podcast.
Yeah, it's happened twice. We've had 6 episodes come out at this point.
So, wow, 2 out of 6 and I've fucked it.
It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, my week also busy. I haven't really have anything to be like reporting on, but I have noticed that you and I look like we could be on a finance podcast.
Oh my God, the one time I wear a blazer and a red lip. I got to admit, I am trying something new today with my aesthetic. I've been trying to elevate, if you will.
You look elevated.
Thank you. You always look elevated. I feel like you are like an inspiration. You dare I say, look like clean girl aesthetic sometimes.
Clean girl. Yeah. I'm grotty.
Well, I mean, I know that.
Let the record show I'm grotty as fuck. The only reason I can do clean girl is because I can't be bothered putting in any effort, so I put my hair in a slick back and don't put any makeup on.
So true. And you have nice skin. You have very nice skin.
I am wearing makeup today, but that's because these lights are scary.
Yes. Their lights, they are something.
They're blinding lights.
But yes, wow.
Well,
look at that.
That's on that.
Yep. Should we get into the episode?
Let's get into the episode. When pop sensation Olivia Rodrigo released Driver's License in 2021, it was enough to send the internet into a frenzy. This angsty ballad, rumoured to be about yet another Disney love triangle, has a lot to answer for. Today, we're diving into the beef between Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, and Joshua Bassett. Now, we've got 3 key players for this one, so we'll try to keep our backgrounds beef. We will try to keep them beef. Try to keep our backgrounds brief and up to where the drama begins. To kick us off, say hello to Olivia Rodrigo.
Hi, Olivia.
Hey, girl. Olivia Isabel Rodrigo was born February 20, 2003 in California, USA. She's the only child of Jennifer Rodrigo, who was a school teacher, and her husband, Chris, who was a family therapist. Olivia's acting career kicked off when she appeared in commercials, her first one being for the clothing brand Old Navy. Have you seen this one?
No, tell me more.
Okay, it's a bit of a fever dream. It stars a 7-year-old Olivia out with her, I guess, commercial mum, and they're clothes shopping and there's this tiny man with a parasol. Anyway, she looks really cute, but the tiny man with the parasol pops up and there's a dog.
Oh.
It's so weird. And he's talking. She doesn't have any speaking bits.
We're going to have to share this on Instagram or something because it's bonkers.
It's definitely worth the watch. Trust me.
And
Anyway.
if we couldn't play the audio here, like it wouldn't make sense.
No.
So go to our Instagram and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah.
When Olivia was just 9 years old, so 2 years after the cursed commercial, her parents pushed her to take piano lessons. In an interview with MTV UK in 2021, she told the publication she would actually cry before every lesson.
Oh,
I know, she
that's
hated them
sad.
that much. Anyway, Rodrigo grew to love piano and she also started writing her own music. On screen, she continued to star in smaller commercials and little ditties before getting her big break in the film An American Girl, Grace Stirs Up Success in 2015. The story follows a young girl going to Paris for the school holidays and being, I guess, sad about it.
Oh.
Which is crazy. Imagine being sad about going to Paris for your
Oh, truly.
school holidays. In the film, she has to learn about how to get along with her French cousin while simultaneously trying to save her grandparents' bakery. It's a whole thing.
Oui, oui.
Later, Rodrigo rose to prominence for her roles as the guitarist in the Disney series Bizaardvark with Jake Paul before landing the role of the female lead in the Disney Plus original series High School Musical, the series.
Beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
Now, this series was kind of like the original High School Musical. I guess we could say it was quite meta.
How was it meta?
Well, in the series, the students are like navigating being in high school while being drama kids. And like one of their theatrical productions is the High School Musical movie.
Yeah. All right.
In the series, Olivia was cast as East High's Nini Salazar Roberts. And there needs to be a love interest for our girl, and that is where Ricky Bowen, played by our second key player, Joshua Bassett, comes in.
I don't think I could love anyone called Ricky.
You reckon?
I don't know. Anyway, Joshua Bassett was born on the 22nd of December 2000. So a Capricorn, holla.
Holla.
And like Olivia, he was born in California in the US to his parents Taylor and Laura. And unlike our only child Olivia, Joshua is one of 6 children.
Oh, kudos, Miss Bassett.
Seriously.
That's a lot of kids to pop out.
That's a lot. Kudos indeed. Anyway, so Josh is part of quite a religious family and he grew up in church playing the drums. Reportedly, he also taught himself how to play the ukulele, the guitar and the piano.
Oh, multi-talent.
Yes, this boy had a hankering for music and also musical theatre. His first onstage role was at the age of 8, where he was in a community theatre production of High School Musical on stage around 2010. I sense that this boy likes High School Musical.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe. But given our main man's acting skills from 2017 to 2018, Bassett has had supporting roles in Lethal Weapon, Game Shakers and Dirty John. His first big acting gig, however, was in early 2018 in the 3rd and final season of the Disney Channel comedy series Stuck in the Middle. In the series, he played Aiden Peters, who was the cousin of Ellie Peters. And this was the thing that really, really got things moving for our Joshua.
Joshua.
Just a few months later, in October, Joshua got his big break in, you guessed it, High School Musical, the series. What a name.
We're going to say it. Full length title, the whole
You
thing.
just have to.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so speaking of High School Musical, the series, he played the ex-boyfriend of Olivia Rodrigo's character, Nini, and he signs up for the musical, I think, in some convoluted plot to win her back.
Oh my goodness. Will life imitate art here?
Oh my God, I'll have to see. But before we find out, we need to know about our third and final key player, Miss Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, hey girl. Well, Sabrina Ann Lynn Carpenter, what a name, was born May 11, 1999 in Quakertown, Pennsylvania to David and Elizabeth Carpenter. She grew up in Greenville with her 3 older sisters and she was homeschooled. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Oh, we're learning things. Also, fun fact, while we're on the topic of learning things, she's also the niece of Nancy Cartwright.
I knew that one, but I didn't know she was homeschooled.
Oh. Just for the listener, Nancy Cartwright is the voice of Bart Simpson.
Yes. Yes, famously so. And I think also does voices in Rugrats, like Tommy Pickles.
Oh, yes, she does too.
Yes.
Nepotism?
I don't know. I mean, is that a stretch there? Who knows?
Maybe.
How do you get nepotism as a voice actor for Bart Simpson
No, that's true.
to become a pop star? Yes.
No, anyway, Sabrina is wildly talented and had a hunger to perform, and around the age of 9, she took to YouTube to post videos of her belting out tracks from the likes of Christina Aguilera, Adele, and Taylor Swift. Speaking of YouTube, have you seen the video of Sabrina when she was maybe 9 or 10 and she's talking to a cat?
Yes, I have, but I think we should roll the tape anyway.
Let's roll the tape. Are we ready?
Okay, I got this. I got this real good. I went to animal communication school. Trust me, we like to tell you. Meow. Purr. Hiss. He intimidated. You see that intimidation in his eyes? I'm deep. I'm so deep. Oh my god.
Like, this is a literal child being hilarious.
She's so funny.
Like, she was born to be a star, and I think we can tell from this video alone.
It's true. It's so true. Funny YouTube videos aside, in 2009, she entered the Next Miley Cyrus project, which was, you guessed it, a singing competition to find the next Miley Cyrus. I will also add here it was run by Miley Cyrus herself. Kind of almost feels like she was trying to replace herself.
To me, it kind of makes sense because I think at this point, Miss Girl really wanted to get out of Disney.
Yeah.
She's like, I need another person to replace me so I can get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's true. Should we hear a little snippet from Sabrina Carpenter's Final Four performance?
Yes, I'd love that.
She did get quite far in. Final Four is impressive. Let's roll the tape.
Ooh.
Girls got bars.
Girls got bars. I know we've talked about this before, but anything with backup dancers, I'm like, oh, yeah. Incredibly impressive. She can really sing, as we all know today.
Exactly. And she actually ended up placing third, and it was enough to get her noticed by Disney. While her first acting gig was in 2011 in a guest role on the NBC drama Law and Order.
Dun dun.
Exactly. You're so right for that. Sabrina later scored a recurring role as Princess Vivian in Disney's Sophia the First, for which she performed the song All You Need with Ariel Winter.
Oh, I didn't know Ariel Winter could sing.
Me neither.
Oh.
I don't even know who Ariel Winter is.
She's in fucking Modern Family.
Oh, I do know who Ariel Winter is.
Yeah, she's the one that emancipated herself from her parents.
Wow, okay, cool.
Good for her.
Yes. Moving on, it was during this time that Sabrina also had some additional voice acting work in Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, I knew Dr. Doofenshmirtz sounded familiar.
She definitely wasn't Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah.
Schmertz. She was actually just in 1 or 2 episodes. I think she just says, hey, are you one of those mole people?
Should be right if she's talking about me.
Later in early 2013, Sabrina was cast in a Disney Channel series Girl Meets World, which was a spin-off of Boy Meets World. In the series, Sabrina played 15-year-old Maya Hart. This firmly cemented her as part of the Disney Channel world. I guess we could call it the Disneyverse, couldn't we?
We really could call it the Disneyverse.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that show ran until 2017.
And this, my friends, is where we'll say the drama really begins.
Strap in.
Strap in. So a year later, after the end of Girl Meets World, and just before the High School Musical, the series, was auditioning, Sabrina was slated to perform at Disney Channel's version of the VMAs, the Radio Disney Music Awards, in June. Funnily enough, our boy Josh was in attendance, and in an interview, he's shown to get pretty damn excited when he hears that Miss Carpenter is performing. Ooh. Shall we roll the tape?
Roll it.
Roll it.
Oh, is that Olivia Rodrigo interviewing them?
Yeah.
All right, you guys are in the club.
That is her.
You're not at the Mickey Mouse Club, are you?
Oh, he gets really excited when he finds out Sabrina Carpenter's going to be there.
Yeah, so if you couldn't hear what went down just then, you've got Olivia Rodrigo interviewing a bunch of Disney stars about who they're excited to see at the award show. Goes around the circle, they say different people, and one of the girls says Sabrina Carpenter. Joshua Bassett kind of turns to her really quickly and goes, oh, is Sabrina going to be there? And she goes, yeah. And so he's very excited. And it's a very, authentic little moment.
I just couldn't believe how giddy he was to hear that Sabrina Carpenter was going to be there.
Totally. Giddy is the perfect word to describe how he acted in that moment.
That was the look of love, baby.
Amen. We love love here. But sadly, nothing came of this.
Oh.
Instead, it was Olivia and Josh who really hit it off while auditioning for High School Musical, the series. So during their audition, they did a cover of Bruno Mars's Count on Me. Very sweet. And while Olivia was 15 and Josh was 18, fans of the series were certain that the pair were dating. I mean, there are Polaroids of the two of them together behind the scenes. I mean, that's got to mean something, right?
I feel like it has to mean something.
Exactly. And to add a little bit of fuel to our fire, on the press tour for the series, they gushed about their time on the show and shared that they even wrote an original song together for season 1 of the series. So per the LA Times, they exchanged voice memos to develop Just for a Moment, which was released at the beginning of 2020. I think we really understood each other. It was really neat how well we really did work creatively together, Josh told the LA Times. In the same interview, he also touched on the moment when his High School Musical, the series character Ricky told Olivia's Nini that he loves her for the very first time. Olivia even recalled him improvising the I love you scene in which he listed all the things that he loved about her. She even admitted that it made her a little bit steamy in the eyes.
Oh my goodness. So it was just unscripted.
Yeah, apparently. And that would make, if you're in that situation as a 17-year-old girl, of of course you're going to be thinking things.
This man has so much free will. Call him Free Josh.
Free Josh. Exactly, though. At this point, though, I think we need to clarify that there wasn't any real confirmation of a relationship between the two. But she did say, I love him so much. He's my best friend. It was like I wasn't acting.
Method.
We don't even need to read between the lines there.
No, she's told us.
Yep. So, were they in love? Hard to know. However, our dear friend Joshy B did happen to release a song in July of that year implying he was definitely in love with someone. Enter the song Anyone Else. So, this track featured the lyrics, how am I supposed to think about anything else? How am I to go on keeping this to myself? I'm done pretending I want anyone else. Anyone else. Anyone else.
Oh my goodness.
I know. He then confirmed that the song was written about falling for a friend who was unavailable. And obviously, the internet believed with their whole damn heart that this was about Olivia.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Well, it doesn't matter because Josh said, girl, bye. Just 1 month later, our main man was spotted at a Black Lives Matter protest in LA with Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh my God, Sabrina.
Sabrina. Sidebar, if I was dating someone and they were spotted out with Sabrina Carpenter, I'd be throwing in the towel.
Absolutely. I know for a fact I can't offer anything close to what Sabrina can.
It's true. I mean, but Olivia could.
Oh, Olivia, I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself. Olivia can do it. She's amazing. Fuck.
Yeah, it's true. That's so funny.
I just love Sabrina Carpenter so much.
No, me too.
I think she's a perfect woman.
You're right there.
Yeah.
And a month later, Bassett released the music video for his song Anyone Else, which was like this indie camcorder-esque music video, which is a crime in itself. But call the police because this weirdly shot music video wasn't the only crime committed here. In the video, there was a shot of a girl touching his face and a clip of a female voice at the end of the video. While we don't have any real evidence on who that person is, according to People magazine and also loads of fans on Reddit, the girl in question was believed to be Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh my God, someone check on Olivia.
It gets worse.
Oh!
Olivia took to TikTok suggesting a breakup between her and Josh as she ate a muffin as the High School Musical, the series song All I Want played in the background. Best yet, the caption read, and that's on failed relationships. Remember, this girl is like 16, 17 at this time, so the drama is really making sense.
Totally. And I think that this is stuff that we would have done at that age if we had like a high school breakup. I know I definitely would have done that
And
shit.
also access to TikTok and Instagram. Like,
Well,
TikTok definitely, but I think on Instagram I would have probably behaved like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If we had Instagram stories back then, because we didn't, when we were 16 or 17, it'd be a
Showing
different
our
game.
age.
Anyway, but no, of course, like we resonate, we relate.
We do understand.
We don't judge.
We don't judge. She's a child.
Yes.
But I guess to add insult to injury, according to People magazine, Sabrina and Josh were later papped grabbing lunch together with Sabrina's sister Sarah. And then a few months later, they also coordinated Halloween costumes at the end of October. Okay, one guess who they were. Okay, go.
Phineas and Ferb.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
And Perry the Platypus. Was I right?
No, you were so wrong.
Oh.
They were Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, that's so good, actually.
Anyway, the burning love of Lava Girl, Sabrina, was not enough to stop Olivia Rodrigo from going down without a fight. She did quite the opposite, actually. And in January 2021, just as filming for High School Musical, the series, season 2 wrapped up, she released an absolute earth-shattering ballad we know today as Driver's License.
Yes.
In which our girl Olivia sings how she's in love with a guy and can't understand how he doesn't care anymore and how insecure she is about an older blonde girl.
Oh, and we know an older blonde girl.
We do indeed. A 21-year-old Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, oh my God. So the hard-hitting lyrics included, and you're probably with that blonde girl who's always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. It's like you and me, baby.
Caveat here, though, I will add, she has come out and said the lyrics were meant to be brunette girl, but they changed it
Oh, did
last
she?
minute. Yeah, she has said that, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, interesting. So, like all marketing strategies for musicians now, Olivia posted the track to TikTok and it went off, amassing more than 70.8 million views and over 11 million likes.
A girl could only dream to have that sort of engagement.
Please. But that is like currently, that's what the video is currently on.
Yeah.
Olivia also performed the track a few months later on SNL, making her the youngest individual to be a musical guest on the show.
Did you know that Silverchair, Australian band Silverchair, performed when they were 15? They don't count because they're a band and not an individual, but...
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Go Silverchair, far out.
Right? But not to overshadow Olivia.
No.
18
but
on SNL.
I think we're just impressed about the Australian aspects here.
We are.
Yes.
Always.
I think it's fair to say that this song was a huge fucking deal. But sadly, all of this wasn't without some nastiness from the internet, with Sabrina reportedly receiving death threats from Olivia Rodrigo fans at the time. And while Joshua commented on Olivia's original Instagram post announcing announcing the song, congratulating her, our older, blonde Sabrina had a little bit more to say. 2 weeks later, Miss Carpenter released her own track, Skin, which appeared to address this love triangle drama. She sang, "Maybe you didn't mean it, maybe blonde was the only rhyme." If we needed any more reason to believe that the song was directed at Olivia, Carpenter sings in the bridge, "Don't drive yourself insane, it won't always be this way."
Oh my God, she just got a driver's license and you're telling her not to drive insane.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is very clever, isn't
Also
it?
said from the older woman's perspective, like, you know.
Yeah, don't split hairs over it, you'll be over it soon
Literally,
enough. Yeah.
exactly.
And I guess, what did Olivia say about all of this?
Well, I am so glad you asked. Outwardly, she didn't say a word. However, just a few hours after Sabrina's song dropped, Olivia took to Instagram stories to sing a verse of Taylor Swift's Ready For It, which was enough to get people talking.
Oh my goodness, she's given us crumbs.
Scrummy.
We're just like lapping up these tasty morsels.
Yum, yum,
We will
yum.
take anything at this point.
No, truly. Right? Well, Olivia's fans had a lot to say about Sabrina's song. Over on Reddit, in the Olivia Rodrigo subreddit, one user wrote, "Okay, so this is about Sabrina's song response. Sabrina says that she's telling things from her side of the story, but she literally does not. She just say, you, Olivia, can't get under my skin. And low-key just brags about how she's with Joshua, whereas Olivia actually explains what happened. Anyway, Sabrina's song is fine, but it just irks me." I'm just trying to really capture the essence of these.
I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another person wrote, "Honestly, that song makes her seem like a bit of a mean girl. I liked Sabrina before she pulled this stunt, but this leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. Olivia's song was cute. It was about heartbreak and being insecure about a new girl. That's not a diss on Sabrina in any way. It's simply about herself. Making a song in response, condescending her and being rude and bragging is really off-putting, especially as Olivia is a teenager and Sabrina is an adult."
Interesting. Right of reply is always allowed.
Absolutely. I don't think they're correct in this. I think they're really reading into some subtext that might not be based in truth. Anyway, then Sabrina took to Instagram to clear up any speculation of the origins of the song and whether it was actually about Olivia or not. She said, "I wasn't bothered by a few lines in a brackets magnificent song and wrote a diss track about it. I was at a tipping point in my life for countless reasons. So I was inspired to do what I usually do to cope, write something that I wish I could have told myself in the past." What do you make of all this, Mad Dog?
Well, I mean, firstly, death threats. Never okay.
On the grill.
That's fucked. We're not even on the grill. Straight in the bin.
Fair enough.
I just think if you're ever sending death threats to anybody,
No, you need to go touch grass.
inappropriate.
You need to look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck?
What am I gaining out of this?
I truly do not understand the death threat thing.
Me neither. But also, just imagine you're 21. You're a 21-year-old Sabrina Carpenter, like Sabrina was at this time. And you're dating an almost 21-year-old, and he comes home one day and you find out that his colleague, his 17-year-old colleague, has written a song about driving past his house.
And that she's in love with him.
Oh, yes, and that's a big one too.
That is a big one. But it's not appropriate, right? Like, but it's very teenage. This is why I can imagine that Josh publicly supported Sabrina Carpenter on Instagram about her new song, writing, "Been stuck in my head since I heard it. Congratulations, Sabrina Carpenter on Skin, the new label and all that's to come."
Just a few days before he came out and said this, Josh also announced his EP at the time would feature a duet with Sabrina titled We Both Know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. But the song, unfortunately, didn't see the light of day.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like,
You're like, I haven't heard that one,
yeah.
actually. No, it did not see the light of
Okay.
day. According to Josh, in an interview with Billboard, it was all because he didn't want the EP to be overshadowed by the driver's license drama.
oh.
Which is fair. Love
Yeah,
that.
he's being the bigger person here.
He said, "I really want the focus to be on the art instead of some of the talk and the chatter. You shouldn't live to please everybody, but at the same time, there are ways to be sensitive to situations where maybe, we both know, has a better chance at a different time."
Could have been a good one, though, you got to admit.
I would have liked to hear
Yeah,
it.
same.
Anyway, one song that was on that EP, though, was Only a Matter of Time, which has the potential to be a nice love song about making the person you want yours in due course, right?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Oh!
Josh actually revealed this jaunty little track was written a year earlier after his alleged fallout with Olivia. In the song, he does seem to address the drama, singing, "It's only a matter of time, an eye for an eye, you'll go blind, and when did you stop being kind? You twisted your words like a knife. I'm sure that you're hurting inside. Why would you make your pain mine?"
Not the best lyricism there.
I mean, Sabrina's was definitely better.
But, okay, hold on. I thought he didn't want to get involved in the drama, and now he's writing things, "You twisted your words like a knife, eye for an eye, you'll go blind."
Well, that's what I thought too, but the man obviously wanted to capitalize on the theatrics of everything.
I don't blame him.
Maybe just in his own way.
Yeah, I think he's trying to play the bigger person, but it's being sneaky.
Yeah, yep, still
Or-
cashing in.
Or maybe he's just like, I already wrote this song.
Oh, true.
It's pretty good. I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And he's already gotten rid of one track off the EP, so
Oh,
you
so
don't
true.
want to get rid of another
The label
one
could
too.
be like, Joshy.
Yeah, it's a good one, brother. It's relatable. That's what they've said to him.
Yeah.
We will note, though, speaking of Josh being the bigger person, that he did want to mitigate a lot of the damage here. Speaking to Entertainment Tonight Canada, when asked about the Olivia and Sabrina drama and his response to driver's license, he reportedly told the outlet to remember their talent instead. I hope people don't forget the value that she and Sabrina bring to the world outside of the drama, and I hope people will look into the depth of who they are instead of the surface level gossip.
Interesting. Do you think he could have said other things to help mitigate the drama?
I think he could have.
Yeah. This really positions him in the middle of it all, in my opinion. Olivia, on the other hand, wasn't really making any public statement around this, which, you know, good for her. That was until she sat down for an interview with Radio.com in March. When asked about her alleged beef with Sabrina Carpenter, she revealed there was no way there could be beef between them because she actually doesn't know Sabrina at all.
Oh my God.
What she said was, I think we've met once or twice in passing, but I've never had a conversation with her. I don't think I could write a song that was meaningful or emotional about someone that I didn't know.
Okay, sorry, nah. Calling bullshit.
yeah.
Bullshit, liar,
Bullshit.
liar.
Pants on fire.
Someone get someone get the fire extinguisher, because she's just saying, sorry, I don't know her. Who? Sabrina who? But I think in reality, any woman who has been in a breakup, if your ex moves on first, you know about his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Even you don't have to know her, but you know about her.
Yeah.
You've probably gone on her Instagram, had a little flick with your friends, and you've sat there and you've gone, I'm a hideous rat.
Yes.
I'm a disgusting garbage woman, and this woman is gorgeous, as I can imagine Olivia would have done.
And her friends, like as we all do, her friends come in and go, no, honey, you're so beautiful. You're so amazing. He's lost you. Like,
And if I had any musical talent, I would be writing a song about it.
I agree with you. I think this is so, not only is this girlhood, but this is also a 17-year-old girl. Anyway, we're not saying that stalking your ex's current partner or their next new flame is the right and healthy thing to do.
Absolutely. And we're also not implying that that's what Olivia did.
No.
We're just saying it's normal to have her a little sus.
We just think she's lying.
Yeah.
Because
She's a big fibber.
or she's just better than we are.
Oh, that could be true
That could
too.
be so true.
That could be true.
But look, anyway, so back to Little Miss I Can't Write a Song About Someone I Don't Know. She appeared to release another semi-diss track titled Deja Vu in April 2021. And it was another one of those super duper viral tracks. And honestly, in one breath, I'm going to say good for Livy. Like, good for her. But in another, I'm going to say the girl did not hold back. In the song, she sang, do you call her Almost Say My Name? Because let's be honest, we kind of do sound the same. Another actress, I hate to think that I was just your type.
Sabrina Olivia. Sabrina Olivia.
Sabrina Olivia.
They're quite similar
Sure.
names, I guess.
I mean-
they end in R.
And as she sang a song about watching an ex move on, fans were quick to call out that Olivia seemingly referenced Bassett's jacket and alleged she taught him about Billy Joel. So Joshua Bassett actually covered Vienna in 2019. Also, I'd like to note Vienna, one of my favourite songs of all time.
Mine too. And I've played it for multiple people and they haven't known the song.
Oh, well,
I think it's because we can resonate, I think.
I think it's one of those beautiful songs that you can resonate no matter where you are in your life because you want something greater and you feel like you're stuck.
That's true. But I would like to think it was just written about me.
Yeah. You've been to Vienna, right? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I
Neither have I. No, anyway, it's a beautiful song. It's one of those songs that you can play when you want to have a sob. So, yes. But look, okay, we do need to note that in the midst of all this drama in May 2021, Josh came out as part of the LGBTQIA plus community. He took to Instagram writing, my entire life, people have told me my sexuality. People have shamed me for things they know nothing about. I want to say thank you to those of you who stand for love and acceptance. Love who you love shamelessly. It's okay to still be figuring out who you are. Life's too short to let ignorance and hatred win. I choose love, followed by a bunch of rainbow heart emojis.
That's really sweet. And he did say in an interview, I think it was with People, that he didn't want to put himself in a box or label his sexuality outwardly. So rather than being like, I'm gay, I'm bi, he just was like, I'm fluid.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love.
Still figuring shit out too. Like,
Yeah.
he's young.
Yeah, exactly. But what did all of the girlies say?
Well, Olivia didn't say anything. However, Sabrina commented a little heart on the post, which is nice.
Yeah. And while a few months went by and we didn't hear much about the love triangle, later in August, Rodrigo reflected on the drama for Variety's Power of Young Hollywood issue, saying everyone was being so weird and speculative about stuff they had no idea about. I mean, that's what we're doing now.
100%. Have we been called out?
I think so.
Oh.
I mean, I think she's got a good point.
Well, yeah.
But where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yes. And also, this is just sadly celebrity culture, babe.
It's true. Anyway, in the interview, she said, I don't really subscribe to hating other women because of boys. I think that's so stupid, and I really resent that narrative that was being tossed around.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think she hated Sabrina. She hated the situation, and she definitely hated Josh.
I think so. But that's like an ego death thing, isn't
Yes.
it? Like someone rejects you and your immediate well, we think someone's rejected her here, and your immediate reaction is to be like, I hate them. Because how else are you going to cope?
Also, I know we keep saying that she's 17, but she's fucking 17. Can you, put yourself in the shoes when you were 17 or around that age? It's got to hurt. This is a heartbreak for her.
That's public.
This is someone who she felt, at least, was telling her that he loved her as they filmed a scene.
Yeah, that's so true. And at this point, I think it's important to add here that her and Josh were still co-stars. And High School Musical, the series fans were deeply concerned as to whether they were going to see a season 3 of the Disney Plus series. A month later in September, rumours began to swell that Sabrina and Josh had ended their relationship when she released Skinny Dipping, a song about trying to find closure after a breakup. Speaking to Teen Vogue, she said the song was about her not healing from a past relationship. In this interview, she also addressed the drama surrounding Skin, saying that she felt it was honest of her to put the track out when she did, as it was accurately reflecting her current situation. Because that's literally all I ever do is write about my life and my situations. Not just my life, but the way I see the world through situations I'm experiencing, people I'm experiencing. Then it's kind of on everyone else and what they choose to make about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you mean, girl. Girl, I don't know what you mean.
I kind of know what she means. She's just saying she's being influenced by what's happening to her.
Yeah. She's taking creative liberties, isn't she?
As one should, as we do.
In the interview, she also said, "That's what I hope people do with my songs, is to be able to not have people care so much about who or why or what happened in my life. That's a secret I'll never tell. They can conspire all they want, but they're wasting a lot of time because it doesn't matter."
Okay, Gossip Girl.
That's just one secret I'll never tell.
XOXO, Sabrina Carpenter.
And although Josh was speaking very highly of both Sabrina and Olivia, he admitted to GQ in December 2021 that his High School Musical, the series co-star, hadn't spoken to him since Driver's License had come out.
Yeah, well, it could also have something to do with the fact that he also released 3 songs rumoured to be about Olivia. He dated someone else, and then he came out. It's a lot to handle from the guy that you were essentially in love with in your teens, don't you reckon?
Hypothetically, yeah.
Well,
when
hypothetically. But
she didn't confirm anything, but
No.
we're assuming that she loved him a little bit.
I think, yeah. I personally, truth defense, think she loved him. That's just me.
She loved him.
She loved him. Sorry.
That's funny.
She loved him. Anyway, then, with the filming of High School Musical, the series slated to start filming in January 2022, both Olivia and Joshua confirmed that they would be returning together.
Yay!
Joshua even told the Zach Sang show that he wasn't even nervous to see scorned Olivia. I'm very excited. I think we have a really, really awesome season lined up. And I think, it's going to truly be a blast. I think we have a lot of great episodes lined up. It's going to be, I think, the most fun one yet in terms of writing and moral and all that stuff. I'm really excited. Well, he's excited.
He's excited.
And I don't know how much fun they really were going to have because in January 2022, fans noticed that Joshua unfollowed Olivia on Instagram ahead of filming season 3.
No! Not the unfollow.
Yes, the unfollow.
That's the worst. That's how you know you've done something wrong.
Oh, yeah, something's happened.
And then later in July 2022, Sabrina reflected on being called a homewrecker in her song Because I Liked a Boy. This song further explored the death threats she was receiving during that era, with lyrics including, "I'm the hot topic on your tongue, I'm a rebound getting round, stealing from the young, all because I liked a boy."
Oh, come on.
She also added, "Fell so deeply into it, it was all so innocent. Dating boys with exes, no, I wouldn't recommend it." Olivia and Josh, on the other hand, attended the High School Musical, the series season 3 premiere together and appeared to quash any rumours that there was still bad blood between them. I guess this is where we're left today. And while they've all seemed to unfollow each other on Instagram, I'm going to say time heals all wounds. I'm only going to say this though because Olivia and Sabrina were spotted at the 2025 Grammys giving each other a hug.
Yeah.
But Taylor Swift is in the way. Like, she's just royally in the way.
But no, in this clip, they're just like in the award show room, essentially, and they're all sitting around tables and they greet each other. And Taylor Swift's just standing there. And it's quite a nice hug.
It looks like a warm embrace.
Yeah, like they were happy to see each other.
And as you can imagine, the internet lapped this up. Over on the For Moi subreddit, fans said this: "Sweet and sour, please."
I get it.
That's an amalgamation between Olivia Rodrigo's Sour and Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet.
I would love that. I think that would be such a powerhouse of a duet.
Sweet and sour, very clever.
Yeah, very
That's
clever.
a clever user right there.
Love you.
Anyway, someone else commented, "Oh my God, move Taylor. We can't see how the girlies are healing.
That's gold.
Anyway, Sabrina and Olivia have obviously gone on to date other people.
Yes.
Josh, however, hasn't publicly dated anyone. Poor doll's probably scarred for life.
Yeah, hates being in the headlines.
Yeah, it'd be stressful.
Yeah, very stressful.
What do we make of all of this?
Oh, there's a lot of moving parts, but I think the biggest thing that speaks to me is just their age at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I know I keep harping on about it, but she was 17. And it just must have been really heartbreaking. And I think that even though it might feel like a childish drama to some people, this was so real and must have felt really painful. So I get it. I really get it.
Yep.
But I also think that musicians take a lot of creative liberties when it
true.
comes to the whole life imitates art thing. So, you know, it can be really dangerous when there's headlines involved and there's little gossips like us and the media are just writing about shit like this.
because people will, where there's smoke, there's fire, and people are going to run with the smallest bit of evidence they can find. Like, even the Instagram stories that really weren't, they were quite ambiguous.
Yeah.
There's lots of people reported on that being like, that is definitely about Sabrina.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it might not be true, also could be true.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, so often, like, I don't know, I've been an entertainment reporter for a little while, and I will say that, like, so often when there's smoke, there is fire, even though it sounds really silly, but so time and time again, time does show what happens. So, I don't know. I'm just saying I do think there was beef here.
Yes, absolutely. And I still don't know how I feel about Josh Bassett and all of this.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah, because publicly in interviews he was being so kind to the girls. But then he did appear to write 3 separate songs about the drama.
Yeah, but I think, okay,
Again, creative liberties.
it's like, was that him just letting out his creative emotions and feelings in this way and that's how he processes? Or was it capitalizing on a situation? And also I think we've got to add in him coming to terms with his sexuality as well.
Totally.
Because I can only imagine how hard it is in the public eye doing that.
Imagine, doing it in the public eye while everyone is accusing you of being in this very straight love triangle.
Absolutely.
Like, wow.
So all of that coming together, like maybe he wanted to deflect and have his own time to kind of think about how he identifies and who he wants to explore things with. All of it's tough. Like, I think that it's just really hard being a young person in Hollywood having to deal with this shit.
On that note, do we think that's all we have time for today?
I think it is. I think we've been yapping for far too long. Thank you for listening. You can follow High Stakes on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at High Stakes Pod.
Love ya. Bye.